Okay, this is close enough to enough. I will load the world now and begin switch to that scene shortly. And voila, je vais feliz, back to the world. Last we left off, we were trying to get this bog to grow. It was going very slowly. It's the last ingredient that we need for the greenhouse fan. Yeah. Straight bogging it. Naruto, hello. Okay. So in order to get this bog to grow faster, we need to use there's probably multiple ways to accelerate growth, watering can. Conveniently, this pack has two different watering cans. It has the one from Extra Utility, which isn't upgradable, and the one from Thermal Cultivation, part of the Thermal series, as you know, like my favorite series of mods, right? But then, like, if we look at what Thermal Cultivation adds, it adds just watering cans, like just a couple of upgradable watering cans, because it was early in development at this point. And like every pack, not every, but a significant amount of mod packs would still include the watering can, the Thermal Cultivation, even though it just has watering cans, even if they have multiple other mods that add in watering cans, even upgradable watering cans like the ones here. So, like, what's the point? Anyways, we should be able to make this very easily. It's not the quickest way of... Well, it's quicker. You know, it might also be... Ah, that is Anne. Hello, Anne. Welcome to the stream. As I was saying, it might also be that the bog does not respond to this kind of watering can, which means we would have to make the other. Would you ever consider streaming something other than Minecraft? Absolutely. I have plenty of other things, plenty of other games I could play. I just wanted to continue playing this mod pack. It's not that long. Should not take too terribly many streams to complete. But knowing me, well, not just knowing me, but I just might want to play different games on here. Where were we? Oh yes, other watering can. You can complete this mod pack. Yes, it is a goal-oriented mod pack with a definitive end. You're supposed to progress through each of these quests, not necessarily in order, but then they will help you get to the end of the pack. There's a fireworks show, and then it's like, yay, you've completed it, you've completed the challenge. Okay, other watering can. We need stone for that. Do I have stone in here? No. Do I have stone in my furnace? No. 4 of that in there. Yes, when you feed the beast and the beast is fed. That's the beast that you feed. Oh, okay. There we go. This one is somehow slower to fill up. And then it has this annoying looking animation, which is not so much an animation as just the thing that it does, but there, that is getting the bog to grow nicely. Excellent. Get the shovel. Retrieve shovel. Put that in my offhand. Nope, it's not how you do that. Voila. So that should be enough. What was it? This. We are trying to craft greenhouse fan. Which means we need the greenhouse bricks. Need... yeah. Yes. Or add it, we will make some clay here. Anything else we need? Trying to get this done as quickly as possible. Not that there's any rush. I am going to be here until 6 sharp. So, right. Okay, you're right. Not you're right. Who am I talking to? We need this other thing, thermionic fabricator, which means we need gold. Okay. Here. And we are going to have to go back down there to the nether to try and get some gold. I'll take this cursed earth with me because it spawns mobs. That will make it quicker. Okay. It is going to be a little bit of waiting for that to happen. So, how has everyone's weeks been? I can ask that now. I'm a streamer. And also you're my friend, so I can ask that anyway. How have your weeks been? Wait, we're here. Loser 5-hole ducks. Busy. I just picked up some nose spray medication and gave it a try. It's like a heavy allergy medication, instant headache potion. Most unfortunate. User Merito. Good, productive, working on a lot of proto-web and March.ch stuff. I'm now selling even more stuff on eBay because cash rules everything around me. Alright, nice. Not tablet. Or also charging up my tablet so I can get Stormman on it, not tablet e-reader. Tablet user Anne. Been pretty good. Not much going on. Just been chilling. Alright. We alright on all fronts. Ow, ow, ow. Good. He was up there. Forgot about that part. Hooray, 1 gold nugget, which is not enough to do anything with. Gonna get that ready before we fight our whales. Excellent. I very much, maybe not so very. I've been getting intrigued in Stormbound as well. So perhaps when it is more so out and available for the public eye, I will read it. You underestimate my ability to blow through books and also my schedule. Go back here. I'll be cautious if anything's spawning on the roof. That, do not like that. Desert Bound Book 1 coming soon, hoping September this year, though. I'll see if that has to get pushed. Yes, Stormbound is the personal project of hers that she has been yapping about on occasion, and probably yapping about much more outside of my presence. Come on. First one was killer, I can confirm. Alright, looking forward to it. Thank you. Cannot get up there. What? I already have this. Okay, sure, fine, alright. That did not work. Oh yes, being a streamer also means I can yap about my own week. It's been pretty alright. The dog, which is who is more or less the preeminent decider of how my week is. I mean, not necessarily, I still have a hand in it, and other things do as well. He's been pretty alright. Loudness. Bothersomeness. He's been getting better. Overall, he has been getting quite better. Goodness, a bunch of them just spawned at once. It's great. Love that. Being very, very one on the top. Yes, there it is. Good dog. Even my cats being low maintenance as they are, kind of taken over my life. My dog, when he was old and sick, frankly, even long before that, was super high maintenance. I'm glad, in a sense, to see that we all have experience with the beasts. Game has to go down in volume. Understood. I would say there how's that, but there's more monsters making really loud sounds. I'll go to the portal. The portal tends to be pretty loud. A good gauge of that. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. I tried turning up my voice volume before starting. Think that's good? Understood. Also, we are going to be leaving the Nether. I forgot to mention that we got that golden ingot. Voice sounds good. Excellent. Aw, thank you. You can make more gold with the resource generator once you get a full gold ingot. And we got one as a drop. Assuming there's something prolonging that sounds. Okay. Should like to make a ladder or elevators for this, but I don't think we're going to be going down there that much more. Okay, we are going to be eventually. Also, the green portal there, that is a portal to the end, which actually is useful for us. They did the thing where there's no dragon in the end. Like you have to make the end crystals and resurrect it. But there are plenty of endermen still in the end, which is very useful because ender pearls are used as a crafting component for a number of things. So let's generate some of this gold. Excellent. Should be able to go ahead and make the greenhouse bricks themselves, right? Not buttons. You, and you. French police are investigating suspicions that a hairdryer may have been used to tamper with official weather readings to make thousands of dollars in polymarket bets. This is why you keep gambling, because you will win if you own a hairdryer. Truly fascinating. Boom. Boom. Misread the hairdryer tampering with just official weather. Hilarious. Like, yep, the weather. They've been messing with it. Just have to point out your window on full blast. Okay. Thermionic fabricator. Not too hard to make now that we have the gold for it. Successful bets on the temperature reportedly netted around $34,000. Jinkies. Where's my copper? Right there. So this and that, I don't know why I only made that little of it. Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today. Forestry is such a weird little fossil of a mod. Oh, that doesn't work. This view? I think it is. There we go. Okay. So that. There. This needs power too. We'll just place it on top of there. So is it 10 electron tubes that we need? Yes. Easy. That there. 5 of that. Let's cook up some more tin while we're at it. Right. 2 redstone. What was the third thing? That's it. Liquid resources. Okay. That'll take a second and then it will work itself out. There. Now, pick those things up. I think that's all we need for that, right? Just about. And boom. Can go over to the beast. We're like some kind of pyramid reborn. Put that there. This is a weird game of Stardew Valley. Practically, yeah. Get mad money. The pumpkin, etc. seeds, I'm not sure. Like the various seeds. Okay, yeah, there's reason for that. Melon seeds, not so much. I don't know, maybe they're a good source of seed oil. We should all replace Stardew Valley. Pumpkin seeds can be useful for certain things we'll get into later. This thing. Ooh, special secret. Rice seed. Rice is useful for a myriad of things. The squeezer. Stardew Valley. I remember that vaguely. I'm going to need more carrots. Like, that lead will be useful. I also just need carrots, so... So let's see, what's next on the itinerary? I wanted to do the biomass quest. By the way, Merito, I am in fact reading your messages, and I am in fact trying to think of words of encouragement to say. So just pretend I did. Oh, nice, an integral. Like, I want to say, yeah, man, go for it, in such a way as though to, yeah, exactly, words of encouragement. Yeah, reasonable. Just talking to people. Actually, I should probably work on the shock absorber more so. That'll get us diamonds. As I think I mentioned last time, you can make diamonds, you can do a sequence break, or you can make diamonds in the pressure chamber out of coal, but then you also have to get coal, which you get from the biomass one. So I could do that, but this also gives us silver, which we do not have as much of a way to acquire. So, sure, we'll do it linearly, shock absorber. Obsidian, advanced coil, empowered void crystal. Most of these are relatively simple. We're just going to need a couple machines for them. The empowered void crystal is the weird one, though. So obsidian is relatively easy to acquire. Once you get one, you can generate in the resource generator and pretty much don't have to worry about it anymore. You can make it out of blaze rods. You can make it in this igneous extruder. That's probably enough carrots. There is a feature that a lot of that newer mods have, even newer versions on 1.12, which is my favorite version to play as. On the recipe viewer here, newer versions of it have a feature where if you press the A key over an item in the recipe viewer, then it will like put it on this bookmark menu over here. This does not have that, at least from what I can tell. Search bar, next page, previously viewed recipe uses. Yeah, it's not have that. The absorber. So, it's like I would really appreciate having being able to favorite things right now, but so that I could like actually. Because I keep, like, losing my train of thought and forgetting where am I going, where was I in this. It would really help if I could just look up into the corner and see, oh yeah, that thing. So, we need to make lava. That is relatively easy. More or less. We need blaze powder in the squishy device we have over there. Blaze powder, normally we need a blaze for that, and the nether is completely empty and does not have any fortresses in it, so we normally could not acquire a blaze. But there's a special thing I think they overlooked. I think they mean for you to use like the magma, no, not the magma crucible, I wouldn't think so. Ooh, doodling super kitties. Ooh. Expression of excitement. lava, blaze powder. I think this is something that they overlooked. I would like to think it's something that they overlooked because that would be funny. We open this up, skip through the tutorial. Well, this kind of is all a tutorial. Just running the science at the moment. Okay, okay. Completely good and reasonable. So what is it? Is it a natural apparatus? Yes. So we can make that pumpkin thing. You can use it to spawn a blaze the way that you, like, spawn golems, sorta. Yeah. Hooray, regaining momentum. Battle pumpkin. Need string for that. It's a little bit difficult. I think we can do the hemp route. It's meant to be that it's, you know, all these different mob drops, but then string, it's normally a spider drop, but every mod under the sun adds some weird way to get string. For some reason our spawner is not producing spiders. I think it's because, like, it's too small. Like, it's 2 blocks wide, but it's considering that too small for spiders to spawn. I don't know. But whatever. So for that, I think what we need some kind of field. Let's generate some dirt on the side. Let's put it over down here. Here, sure, why not? This. And then these pasture seeds that they gave us at the start of the game is specifically for that. Grass spreads quickly, it spreads faster if you use the watering can. There. I think you can use the fertilizer on this, yes, the same way you do bone meal. There. That's where we need the hemp seeds. I guess we'll make a hoe real quick. And then we just need more fertilizer. More of that appetite up because it is going to be useful later. It's already useful. So, yeah. That should be enough. And exactly 3 is enough. That's beyond the point. Also need to grow some pumpkins. Where is pumpkin seeds? Put that there. Need more fertilizer. So you can only actually physically bone meal this once, then you have to wait for it to grow the pumpkin naturally. Or do you? Because the watering can also accelerates that, as will be clearly proven. Right there. Looking good, looking good. Iron bars. Better sword. Oh, there is a spider there. Okay. Oh, is that the spider is too short to be... Or is he? There's also that. And it didn't even drop any string. Weird. Okay, sure, fine. Whatever, we don't need it for that. Need it for... I need to go back there. Back and forth and back and forth. I cannot keep my head going in a straight line. There, the messed up and evil pumpkin. That. No. Oh, can I reach that? There. Kill this guy very quickly. That's okay, that's good, that's fine. I really should have had armor for that. Now I'll be doing this for the next 30 seconds. Oh, it's okay. We all know I meant to do that. Okay, there. Blaze powder. Exactly. First try. It fell into the water that I had, and it died there. And I didn't have to do anything more. Perfect. So the resource generator will cook up more of that. Now I just need to squish this. Oh, we didn't finish. Hello. I think it's because... So you need to get that. No. It says that there's only a quarter of a bucket. Stinks, stinks, stinks. There. Right, now. And voila. Put that here, should start inputting. No? Okay. Put that there. There we go. Inputs to the side, out the sides, obviously. One more. Probably enough blaze powder. So we can do that to make lava kind of slowly, as you saw. Very manual. Later we can automate that to be much quicker. Where was I? Yes, we need obsidian, which means we need more lava. Wait, actually no we don't. Can I make a pickaxe that can mine diamonds right now? not diamonds. Can I make something that can mine obsidian? I reckon not. Ordinarily, that would be a diamond pickaxe. I do not have diamonds. I guess we have to make that extruder. Which is fine. I get to craft more thermal expansion machines. I love thermal expansion machines. Except that takes Invar, which is an alloy of nickel and iron. We have both of those individually, right? We do not have both of those individually. Nickel is obtained from the biomass quest. I'm thinking... That's right, we have the clay pickaxe. The clay pickaxe should be able to break that, right? Yeah, let's give it a try. Yes. Alright. Ha ha ha. Do some more of that. Easy. Legally speaking, that's already enough. I'll let it keep generating in case I need more for something else. Shock absorber. So that's one ingredient. Now there's just everything else. The crystals are made with the atomic reconstructor. Not too hard to craft. I'm going to say that out loud again so that I know what I'm looking for. Atomic reconstructor. Iron, more iron, redstone, sticks, black quartz. Also needs power. We can probably go ahead and get rid of, well, not exactly get rid of, but just pick up the rest of these that we have here. We're not going to need them for a while, except for the fermenter. We are going to need that for the biomass quest. So... it's going to take 16 of those. I know we need exactly 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of those. As I am doing this, I am realizing there is another brick wall keeping us from actually completing this. I'll get to that. Yes, it shoots those with lasers and turns them into other items. Pretty nifty. So the void crystals are made by putting coal in there. Coal is meant to be obtained from the biomass quest. So we need to do that before doing that, at least ostensibly. there might be a way to work around it. Tiny coal, no. Coal ore. Hypothetically, you can get that from mining lasers or the orchid, but that'd be a lot of work to make either of those. And also we'd need diamonds. Which is what we're actually trying to get right now, so not an option. Stone furnace, flux anodizers, pulverizer. Wither skeletons, again, we don't have an easy way of acquiring those. Scratch coal, nope. Yeah, no two ways about it, or at least no two ways that I actually want to try. We are going to make a, we're going to do the biomass quest. Which is fine, that's actually the thing that I already had a plan for. That's enough. At least something resembling a plan. So, biomass. Fermenter. Various vegetable items, most of all including, well, saplings are the ones that produce the most. Saplings and water. Cactus, we could also do that. Saplings would be a good choice, because I already, well, okay, saplings mean we need to get a lot of trees. We need to, well, probably automatically farm trees. That's what I want to do. So you automatically farm trees. We need to do that anyway, or I want to do that anyway, because I just want to have a supply of wood on hand. Okay. So for that we need a couple things. We need the plant gatherer from industrial foregoing. Since it's from industrial foregoing, that also means that we need to make this plastic, which is its own big processing line in itself. So, free fluid extractor. Yep. So, we have cobblestone on hand. Yes, not much. Gotta make one of those cobblestone generators. Ugh, I'm feeling like I want to do stuff off screen. And like, you know, maybe doing the objectively boring parts off screen would be fitting. Put a bunch of that in there. Nice in the back, because what else are we going to do? Do some microcrafting while that's processing. There, perfect timing. There. So yeah, if that works without power. Frankly, we can make multiple of those and it would make it go faster, but that gets a small amount of latex from there. Forget how much are we going to need for that. Plastic is 1 unit of dry rubber, which is 9 units of tiny dry rubber, which it conveniently, wonderfully, does not specify how much it uses. Cool, sure, fine, alright. $75 millibuckets times 9. doing it. I'm using my brain. 750 minus 75. 600 something. If we get 700 or like just a full bucket, that'll be enough. Actually, no, it won't. We need twice that because we need 2 of these. We'll make it work. It looks like that's probably going to get more than that anyway. It'll just take a while. Devious idea. Can I use the watering can on this? Sometimes it might work with things that aren't really plants. No luck. Okay. That was dumb anyway. So, we can make some other stuff in the mod. Can we? Yes, we can. Latex processing unit is a bunch of this stuff. More iron. More iron. Okay, cool. That needs power. It gets power from here. That's going quite well. So I guess we're mostly waiting on this. Except we're not, because there's everything else that we can do. If we look up the other thing that we need, what we need is we need a auto placer. That's relatively simple to construct. We actually need 2 of those. So take the lapis. There. The creatively named Palace Crystal, which is barely legible with the text color that it is made by zapping that with the laser. That's enough. It functions automatically, which is kind of annoying if you're trying to, like, not use power. Not that I am. I have plenty of power to go around. There. I put a lever on it so that it will not just fire willy-nilly. A couple more of that. Yes. Oh, my weed plant, yes. It is, in fact, hemp. A bountiful harvest. Two black quartz. Yes, here. Get 2 of those. Also gonna need a buttload of sand. Very simple. That. Put that into the bucket. Put this into there. And then we need to fill it up with lots and lots of water. Where's a... Here's a tool specifically for carrying multiple buckets full of liquid at once. Now I'm gonna use it. Look at me, I'm doing it perfectly fine on my own. Put a piece of charcoal in here. There. That begins processing our rubber for us. Actually, hey, there, I already have a tool for carrying multiple buckets full of liquid. Excellent. Take that, put it over here. There. Now it does it for us. Amazing. Okay. Back in my brain thinking, what are we doing next? I guess we can work on the setup itself. Right. There, that's enough sand. I'm going to make a whole bunch of fertilizer for this. The setup is that I am going to have the auto placers automatically plant saplings, use the fertilizer on them to grow them, and then the harvester thing, the plant gatherer that we're going to be making out of this plastic, is going to automatically chop down those trees. Right. Thinking, come on, brain. Dirt. We have plenty of that. We need exactly one of it. Make another platform. Actually, I could just put it here on the field here. Kind of using that more so for farming. This is basically farming anyway. So put one placer here, one placer there. Make some fertilizer, fill that up with. Saplings go here. Fertilizer goes there. Now the tree is grown. It does not use any more fertilizer while the tree is already grown. Perfect. Is that enough? Yes. Not enough. There, that is enough. It has such a tiny sprite, and then it turns into like this big plastic stack of plastic sheets. Truly odd. Other than that, we'll need a couple sticks to make those tools that are in there. The crafting recipe. With 1, 2, 8 iron. More iron. Just take a bunch of that. It's all coming together. Very soon, things are going to start being clear. I don't know why that didn't start. Very soon. See exactly. Yeah. And there. Puts this here. Supply it with power. Should probably make a more centralized power source sometime soon. Sure, just give me all that. And there. Starts cutting down the trees. Automatically. I'm going to want some storage for that. Sure. It works. We make another one of those transfer nodes. Wait, actually, we should have some more. Yes, perfect. Tree Nuker 9000. Excellent name for it. I was just going to call it a tree farm. Have to make it so that the saplings primarily go in here. Right, and we need to make sure that wood doesn't go in there. I think the solution there is these item ducts, which are more configurable than the transfer nodes. Servo can be made like that. I'm going to need one of those and one of these. I actually don't want to do that, I think. Or do I even not or want to do this other thing that I'm about to do? Yeah, I can do this. This is easy. Put those. Bit of that. A little bit of hemp. Two of those. Think. Ah, hello Aster. Welcome to the stream. You caught me in the middle of configuring my little Tree Nuker 9000 over here. So, pretty safely take that down. Why'd I put my pickaxe away? I still need to use my pickaxe. This. ASMR. Exquisite. Filter. We'll configure this filter to only accept these items. So then when we put this on the transfer node, it will only take those things out. We'll do the same thing with this one, except we'll do it with saplings. So with this, only take that out. Just like there's easy tells to generative AI text, there's such easy tells to when someone's watching on a phone. Yeah, the capitalization. I noticed that. When I use a phone, when I am using a phone, I intentionally turn off the auto capitalization, or if that is not applicable, then I just, or like if I'm using someone else's phone to text, I will just disable my autocorrect so I can be chill and cool. Exactly. I spit in the face of autocorrect every time it tries to automatically emphasize things for me. I'm an adult. I know how to use my words. That is going to generate a ton of saplings and wood. Which the saplings are also the important part because we need to use those in the fermenter. It's 50 buckets of it, so we need approximately 200 saplings, which we're probably running up on. Just realized the reason you typed with first letter caps is because you're used to writing and you're on keyboard, so I guess it kicked in. That is hilarious. That is also that is fascinating as well. So glad no one I know key smashes. I feel like you get a disproportionate amount of that on Tumblr use. More of a, yeah, exactly. It's a cultural heritage thing. I don't. I tend to be very reserved with the way that I type. I know. What like it feels. It feels so fake feeling, like that's how I feel about it. I reckon that like people mean it more so when other people mean it more so when they do it, or if they don't actually literally mean it, it's just become a typing habit for them, and like it's not as literal, but that's how they see it. But for me, I just cannot bring myself to, like, type excitedly in all caps on someone's post. Maybe I just haven't killed the need to be cool within me, but... setup kind of makes the shape of a janky cross. Wow. feel like with my use of capitalization, it's probably been influenced by Homestuck. Mainly the fact that I like have an idea of how I use capitalization. It's like no capitalization except for proper nouns, and more often for like person names, less consistently for names of non-person, proper nouns that don't refer to people. That's good. We can get rid of this. It's the biomass quest. Everyone I know has read Homestuck except for me. They're re-releasing it officially on the website. Like the Homestuck.com website was down for a good while. Usually they have less than positive things to say about it. I'd say it's good entertainment. It is like extraordinary in entertainment value, especially if you like thinking about things. Like if one of the ways you normally have fun is just by sitting around and thinking about stuff, then you can absolutely have tons of fun with Homestuck. It gives so much for your brain to chew on. What am I looking for? Here, place water. I haven't been explaining what I'm doing. Let's get the fermenter out. So I need the fermenter to make the biomass that we are going to be using. We're also going to need a bunch of water. I think I want to make an automatic water collector, aqueous accumulator. Yes. 4 of those, 4 of those, more of those, and a whole bunch of iron. I'm just going to put that on the grill. Not you. Glass. Do I have glass on hand? I do not have glass on hand. I will put glass, I will put sand into the furnace, I will get glass. A couple of those. One of those. I already have a bunch of buckets sitting around, so I need to make another one of those. You. That and that. This machine automatically collects water. I put a bucket of water on either side of it, or on both sides of it, my carrots. There. It begins to fill up. I also incidentally happen to route the pipe there and to start filling it with saplings, which is fine actually, because that's what we're going to be filling it with. Last thing we need is we're going to need more of that fertilizer. I think that's been going on for long enough, but we're also going to specifically need like 200 of it or whatever, so I may as well start crafting some more. Not in here. That should be plenty, and by plenty I mean more like exactly enough. Put a hopper in here for fertilizer. That, we'll begin crafting that. So what I want to make now, if I can, they do not have ender tanks in this pack. Ordinarily, there is a fluid container called an ender tank that, it's like an ender chest, but with water, right? Not water, fluids in general. So normally I would use that to transfer the fluid from here to there. I guess I'll just do it with this tank. Maybe? Yes, okay, I can just fill it up like that. So we will regularly just check on this when it fills up, take the fluid out of it, and put it over there. Since I'm not actually completing it, you can also submit it there, just from the menu. I don't actually have to be going all the way over to the pyramid each time. But it's more convenient. It's more convenient. But going that way is more dramatic. So I prefer to do it that way. Probably also want to make some of these fluid ducts for transferring liquid. That's not important right now. That took less time than I thought it would, honestly. I was worried we would not have enough time in the stream for that. It'll probably just take a while to process all of that through. And here. Not sure there's really anything else we could be doing. We could do the RF quest. That's just put a bunch of energy into that thing over there. 30 million of that would take, according to my estimations, and by estimations I mean I'm opening a calculator right now. Right, I forgot, the calculator app on the PC that I'm using, my brother's gaming PC, does not work. I'm not sure what he did to the operating system that the calculator cannot turn on, but it cannot. Manually clear that out. The apple should be a useful source of... People do some weird things to computers. Yeah, but like, I don't think he's even done anything weird to his computer. He's not like a techie tinkery nerd like I am / used to be, so... okay, wait, when we first got this when we first got this computer, we did, yeah, obviously, yeah, physics. When we first got this computer, like, we did a big data transfer from his old one to this one in kind of a jury-rigged way, and it may be that was the issue. We may have like copied some system files weirdly, or failed to copy them. That's probably enough said for now. Oh, okay, that's full on wood. That is full of wood. Make a upgrade. Where is it? All sorts of stuff under the name upgrade. Here. Sure, we can do that. Don't know why I did it that way. I need more of that. Why do I have bulls? Why do I have bulls in my inventory to begin with? I don't need those. That. Do those. It's probably the most efficient that we can do right now, because the next stage up is diamond, and we don't have diamonds. That's kind of what we're trying to do right here. There. make that 5 times face value. So that will make it store a lot more. There, unclog everything. Perfect. Go ahead and pause this so that this has more power to work with. I'll also put some more charcoal in there. That should make things roll a little faster. Okay, right, the tank. I should take the tank and empty out that. Very good. When the time comes that we'll be, like, actually finishing this quest, I'll go over to there and fill it manually for the dramatics. In between then, I'll just be doing it manually. Yeah, that is a lot of wood. 1,280 wood currently. That should last us quite a while. That should be very useful if we want to make a base that is more aesthetically pleasing than this. So I guess that's what we'll be doing for now. I guess that would literally just be 25 more minutes of waiting for this machine to run and going back and forth and picking this up. Peak, what do you mean this is peak aesthetic? Exactly. Wood and cobblestone. It probably is much more underappreciated than it is, actually. What was that sentence I just said? And maybe we should do some building to some extent. I'll tell you one regard in which we can do some building, and that's extending this path so that I'm not trying not to fall off of it every step I take. Is that good? That's good. Now it's uneven. Actually, I have one idea of something we could do. Take that, put it there. Take the tank. Where did I put the tank? Why do I keep putting it back in the chest? Take another bucket of lava, and I will use it to make that automatic cobblestone generator, which will be very useful for getting a lot of cobblestone. I don't want to do all that. Just take this bucket, take this other bucket. I think the rest of it is like cobblestone and one glass. That does not craft magic, right? That's enough. Cobblestone generator. Excellent. It gives us the buckets back too, in case we want to have more of that. So we can pretty much replace this with that. Take some of the massive amount of wood that we now have. that very slowly. We can go ahead and upgrade it with a fistful of iron. I picked it up, right? It did not go over the edge, right? Come on. Come on, guys. It went over the edge. I'm going to make another one. Hooray. Boy, those other ways of making lava cannot come soon enough. Not really. This isn't that bad. It will be nice to have things automated, though, because I like having things automated. These goofy Minecraft mod packs make me do jumping jacks to get lava. There we go, that will produce enough. 1 per second. Gotta get my steps in, yep. I can put away the watering can, I'm not using it. With buckets, I'm not using that. Glass. Should probably make another fistful of glass, because it's used for a bunch of stuff. The small pumpkin has interloped. That's full. Get the tank back. See, look, we're making it work. Theoretically, I could also make more lava and just make a bunch of those, and that would effectively multiply the production in the same way. Are there other things that I can do? We established that none of the other quests are easily completable right now. Tectonic Petroleum, very theoretically sure if I want to do another fluid quest. It does not actually give you any progression rewards. It gives you this really big battery and these, which are also basically just really big batteries, but like magical. This quest, I know that crafting this requires diamond. This also requires diamond. The garden cloche, I think, is theoretically well within reach. I'm going to quickly look at the recipes. This, that. We need nickel for that, so we would need to wait until we get this current quest done before that. It's already almost full again. Blah. We are practically halfway done with the biomass quest. It is just a matter of waiting and refilling. Down the spikes. I'm thinking. I'm also running around circles, but I am thinking. I really do not need this bow. Can I use it in crafting? Yes, I can use it in crafting. I do not need to use it in crafting. It is easy to replace. that have power? It has enough power. Not enough. I will put more in there. It will have enough power. Alright, well, I very well may just, since my ability to speak has hit a brick wall, I may just end the stream here and perhaps complete this little bit of just waiting around off camera. Yeah, I think that sounds good. Good stream, thank you so much. Thank you all for arriving. Savannah, are you going to be streaming tomorrow again? If you are going to be streaming tomorrow again, then I will actually be there next time. I have a telephone alarm. I forgot I don't have my telephone on hand. I left it in... Yeah, you bet. Understood. Yes, I left it somewhere. I have not retrieved it yet. That is not important. I'll retrieve that. I'll hear the alarm, and I will know that you are streaming. My sister will not sidetrack me into cooking hardtack again. It was really good. We did not cook the hardtack correctly. Like, we didn't cook it long enough. It was still very much soft on the inside, just not how hardtack biscuits are supposed to be. However, that's fine because it just meant that it was soft, warm bread with a really, really crunchy outside that you needed to use like a meat mallet to break open. It was a very good experience. Highly suggest bread. Highly recommended. Okay. Transition to the talking scene where I am talking. Bread is so good. For real, for real. I would know. Yawn. Okay. Thank you all so much for coming. I will stop the stream in 3 seconds.